Well, a real dividing line is opening up here in England and across much of Europe when it comes to the green net zero agenda. What's involved? What's it going to cost? Who's going to pay? What's the priority going forward? And I've highlighted this recently in the Netherlands. You've seen the rise of the farmer citizen movement against, for instance, compulsory farm buyouts. We've seen some Conservative MPs, it seems to me, certainly growing more sceptical about some of the net zero agenda, what exactly is involved. And interesting to look in Sweden, where of course there's a fairly new Swedish government of Kristersson, the Prime Minister, in coalition with a number of parties and backed in Parliament by the Eurosceptic Sweden Democrats. And despite all the scaremongering that we've seen from the usual quarters, you know, the new Swedish government's priorities were cutting fuel taxes, boosting defence spending, boosting spending on the police, and something that I think is very, very sensible, which is committing to building more nuclear power plants. They also announced they'd be cutting the international aid budget as well, abandoning a feminist foreign policy, whatever that's supposed to mean. And there was huge controversy over the scrapping of the Ministry of Environment in Sweden. Subsequently, we have seen the Swedish government now being criticised for their stance on energy policy, on the green agenda. This assessment being done that apparently Sweden on the wrong path, according to some, and going backwards. Unsurprisingly, the Greens bashing the Swedish government's approach on this, saying they were in opposition for 8 years and they were rather good at it. Very populistic. That's a new one. But if you ask them anything about climate, the only answer is to build more nuclear power plants. Of course, recent events have shown us actually building more nuclear power plants rather than shutting down many of them, as we've seen in Germany. That is complete insanity. Clearly, building more nuclear power plants seems to be a very sensible move in terms of energy security and energy independence. Now, some are blaming the support of the Sweden Democrats for the government in the government's stance on all of this. The party also saying that they do acknowledge global warming as a phenomenon and the need to reduce dependence on fossil fuels, but are opposed to extremely costly symbolic measures, which is a balanced approach, they say. So as I said, I think this is a new dividing line, the green agenda. As I said, how this is implemented, who pays, and what the future is for countries that want to boost energy independence versus what are becoming increasingly, I think, quite costly green policies. But let me know what you make of all of that in the comments below, guys. I will keep bringing you all the latest on this and more. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.